Hey, I'm Arriyel. I am a 16, about to be 17-year-old, living in a homeless shelter right now. Honestly, I didn't even expect to be here. I did not expect to be in a homeless shelter. This was not the plan. This was not the family plan. But, I'm here. It is what it is. Gotta deal with it. Make the most out of it. You know? I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. But I stayed with my dad for the better part of my life. The most important part of my life, basically, I stayed with my dad. Wasn't the best situation, wasn't even a smidge a good situation. But, you know, at the time, I was young, as they say, young and dumb. But I wasn't really aware of, like, the stuff I was capable of because I was never exposed. The people, my dad and the lady he put as the mother figure in our life, they weren't, like, they were up here. They were kind of slow. They were very slow. But yeah, that's basically the type of people I was exposed to. So you could just imagine how I was like living every day. Like, Jesus, the lack of care and everything else. It was just, in a nutshell, how I was living. It wasn't like if it were to be like example, like it would be a health code violation. I'm gonna just say that it would be a health code violation. That's all. And a mental health violation. Jesus, I'm getting it together though. Getting it together. I've made quite some progress since since my real mom came back into my life. I've made some progress, but I feel like that's a whole another story. If y'all want details on that, I'll make that a separate video. But for now, this is just an introductory video. Keep that in mind. My channel name, actually, funny story. I started this channel with the intent of being inspirational, like just strict inspiration, like different videos on certain topics and my views on them. But that was back when we was living in our own house and stuff. Like, this part of our life didn't even hit yet. And I made a video, but it was way too detailed, explained way too much, gave away way too much. Like, y'all did not need to know all that, and nobody saw it. Thank God. It was up for like a year. Nobody saw it. I put that on private because I wasn't going to delete it because it's part of the story, but I just put it on private because all that was in there was the type of information that should have been kept on private. Anyways, I made it with the intent of strictly being inspirational. I didn't really have no plan or nothing, no motivation, I should say, to really put my all into it. So that's why I really only uploaded one video for like a year, and then I deleted it. But I really let's get into my interests. I really for fun. I like to just chill, watch YouTube, sleep. Heavy on the sleep. I love sleeping. And I like to play Roblox, and that's pretty much it. I don't really go nowhere. Yeah, I don't really go anywhere. When I read webtoons. Y'all know what that is. Y'all know. Yeah, y'all know. I have this one webtoon. What's it? It's called Girl Boyfriend, I believe. It's a BL, but y'all would like that. Y'all should check that out. Perfect. I was all up in that. Until I ran out of coins. Y'all know how it is. I heard this life. Y'all run out of coins on Webtoon. When you run out of coins on Webtoon, and you just you gotta wait, and it's you want a cliffhanger, but it's you wait so long for the next episode, you just be like, okay, well, at this point, I'ma just wait for them to stockpile the episode, so when I get back into it, I can really get into it until I'm left on another cliffhanger. But it's whatever. But yeah, that's basically what I like to do for fun. I do read, but I read dark romance like novels. Like I read on what's the name? Uh, Wattpad. I'm a Wattpad reader basically. Them stories be crazy, real crazy. I haven't read in quite some time, but I do like to do it. But I only like to read like Wattpad stories if it's like if the environment I'm in is like good for reading. Y'all know when y'all sitting there like just in your room, but it feels like the aesthetic in the room is just so, like it's so good. And you whip out your like what pad or your book or whatever, and you start reading, and it's just you're getting really into it. Like you're seeing what's actually happening, you're envisioning it. It's like really there. It's like you're really in there. That's basically what I like. I like to read when the setting is perfect. Like when the setting is good, I like to read. If the setting's not good, like if I'm just sitting out here like the scorching heat, because it is so hot. It's so hot right now. And I'm just out here to get some fresh air because I'll be in the room like 24/7, either sleep or watching TV. That's basically it. So I just came out here to chill. Might go back inside because the air conditioning is on. Feels real good in there, and it's almost dinner time too. Dinner time is at 4:30 here at the shelter, but yeah, I'll let y'all see what that's like. I'll let y'all see what that's like. I'll record it for y'all. Um, this shelter setting, like, as really dramatic, a really dramatic teenage girl, like, I over exaggerate a lot, but as one of them, like, this shelter setting is not really the type of place it's not really the type of setting I want to be in right now because I don't get any motivation to do what I want to do in order to achieve my goals in here. And it's like, it's really noticeable because my mom, she gives me lectures every day about how I need to get my life together and all that, and how we don't want to end up like her and all that stuff, how we don't need all these problems that she has. Basically just doing her job as a mother, and I really respect that. I appreciate that. Sometimes when she's lecturing, she might not think that I really care or I'm listening, but I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm just very tired. And that's another thing because when I sleep all the time, but I'm always tired. It don't matter what time I go to bed. It don't matter what time I wake up. I'm always tired. And I don't know why that is. Like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm tired. But yeah, I really appreciate her for that because I didn't really get that. Like most of my life, I didn't really get the real parenting aspect of when I really needed it. Like when I was all the way up until I was 11, I really didn't get the parenting aspect of the whole childhood thing. So whatever I saw around me or stuff, like I was very emotionally dim. Like I had zero emotional intelligence and all that. I couldn't hold a conversation with nothing. Like it's like if you met me back then, you would be talking to me and I would just be staring at you like this, nodding, and you might even get a little hint of attitude or whatever. Because all I wanted to do was be alone and be in my room and play Roblox. That's all I wanted to do. Nothing else. I had no idea what my future was gonna look like. I didn't care. I didn't give any F's about it. And my mom, she really helped me to see she really helped me see like the value in planning your future and thinking ahead. And I really love her for that. You know? And of course it's annoying sometimes. I mean, parents are gonna annoy you. But that's just a part of life. But we all live in the same room. So it's me, my mom, my little brother, my older brother in the same room. And it's just the downside of being in the shelter, like for me, like the most uncomfortable part is like the privacy. Cause you get no privacy in here. Like I love being alone and I'm an introvert. So I love my privacy. And I don't get none of that. Like I'm in the room all the time with my brothers and my mom. Except for when my mom goes to work. But I'm in the room all the time with them. And it's like, damn, like you're all up in my business. You know? It's like really hard to freaking do what you want to do. Like like when I'm watching like TikTok, there be these edits of anime characters, and I just be like, ooh, be kind of good. Like I'm good at it. Like what? But I can't do that because if I do that, my mother gonna be like, oh, who you talking to? Who that? What you doing? Who you on the phone with? What you doing? And it's like, okay, you know, y'all are my brothers. Y'all are supposed to do that, but it's just an anime edit, guys. Chill. It's not that serious. For real. Not gonna lie, I contributed a little bit to that. But those are another story time. Those are whole separate story times. Anyways, and the food. No, the privacy and the freedom. Privacy and freedom are the two most uncomfortable, horrible things about living in a shelter. Cause let me tell you why. I told you about the privacy, but the freedom aspect, you got a curfew at 10 p.m. And if you're not in by 10 p.m., you get a write-up. A certain amount of write-ups, you get kicked out. So you gotta be in here by 10 p.m. Another thing, if you want to eat outside, like if you want to have outside food, you cannot bring it in the building. You gotta keep outside food outside off the premises. So majority of the time, we just sneaking it in, but they don't know. Before actually fully transitioning into the shelter system, though, like we had our own like little home. We had multiple homes. We actually were thinking about moving to Philly, but we wasn't sure. You know, my mom, she wanted to move. I was kind of back and forth. I didn't know what I wanted to do. My brother, he was kind of just like, it's whatever. You know, it is what it is. You do what you want to do. If we move, we move. I don't care. Yeah. And it was a pretty chill. It was a calm little life for real. Cause I didn't do nothing. Like I did school, but I did online school, you know. And it was a point where I went to actual school, but it was just nothing special. Just school, home, homework, sleep, repeat. But yeah, with online school, I do admit you fall asleep a lot. Like I don't know if it was just me, but it don't matter if I was sitting up in the desk or laying down in my bed. I would sleep. At some point, I would sleep. But it's like the teachers there, they didn't really after they were done teaching your lesson, they kind of just muted themselves, and like you just sat there to do work. And if you didn't have work, then you were free to do whatever you wanted to do. So I usually just finished my work and I took a nap. But most of the time, I overslept like hell. Like I really overslept my nap. But I really, looking back on it now that I'm in a shelter, I really wish that I could go back to that life and just get my things together. Because my mom, she was telling me to like study the stock market and all that way back then. Way back then. That was like, what, a year ago? 2 years ago? And I did not do it at all. I could have been financially free right now, actually, had I just did what I needed to do then. But no, I wanted to have fun then. But my perspective shifted a bit. It shifted. Now that I'm here, it shifted because you learn to appreciate things more. You learn to miss things more. Because, man, do I miss my old life. But yeah, now I'm on that grind now. I struggle with communication, like a lot. But I feel like I'm getting better at it. I do slip up a bit. But I still give myself credit for what I do right. You know? Because when I was growing up, like I told y'all, my parents, they don't really, they didn't really parent. So, I didn't gain any of the necessary skills that I needed to be a black queen, but, I'm dealing with it now. I really resent my father, though. Really hate him. Really hate his guts. Anyways, I didn't really need communication skills back then, so I never worked on them. Because I was in my room 24/7. Nobody talked to me. I had zero social life. So there wasn't a need for communication skills. Even at school, when I went to regular school back then when I was like 11. No need for a social life at all. I went there. I had no friends. Didn't need to conversate with the teachers. I came home. I did my homework. I played Roblox. I went to bed. That's it. Ate dinner, went to bed. So I can see how I'm like this now. So I'm working on it. I don't want to be the kind of person to be like it is what it is, because I'm not heavy on that at all. I feel like it's never what it seems to be. Like there's always something else going on. It's like my childhood was rough, but it's like this is rough too, but it's way less because you have a parent who actually cares and who's actually putting the work in for her family, you know? Some of the things that I really appreciate about this shelter though is that while I was once very negative minded about things, I've grown to be more positive, you know? Like instead of doubting everything like I usually would because it was just so normal, I will be like, okay, well it may not seem possible. Ooh. Like it might not seem possible right now, but I bet you there's a way. There's a way to do this. And if there's not a way to do this, then I gave it my best effort. No, I didn't give up. I gave it my best effort. That was one of the things, being positive. Because you don't really got much in a shelter. All you have is positivity in this shelter. Because trust and believe, if you're negative in this type of situation, you're not getting nothing done. All you're going to do is sit there, blame others, complain, and you're not really going to focus on what you need to focus on to get your butt up out of here. And I feel like that's a big part of why people recycle in the shelter system, because while they're in here, their mindset doesn't shift. They're still negative because they're ungrateful. It's like you could be out on the street right now, but instead you have a roof over your head and you have 3 meals a day. Yeah, the meals are kind of trashy, but you're still eating. You're not starving. You don't have to worry about feeding your family because they have it. You don't have to worry about where you're going to stay next, or where you're going to shower next, or how you're going to use the bathroom, or if what are you going to use for toilet paper when you do use the bathroom. You don't have to worry about none of that. All you have to worry about is stacking your bread and leaving. That's all you got to do. And like my mom, she understood the assignment. But I just can't get why other people, like, they find it hard to just work. Like, just get a job. And I do understand that might not be that simple. But hear me out. They have internet here, right? You could do remote jobs. You could do a course on customer service and then go to like some, I don't know, company or whatever and be a customer service agent. You could get paid that way. You don't even have to leave the shelter if you don't want to. There are plenty of ways to make money. It's that people are too lazy to do it. And because they're too lazy to do it, they're still here. They're still going to be here. They're always going to be here. But yeah, it's the positive thinking for me. I learned to be grateful for things, because trust and believe, I was very ungrateful. I'm not even gonna lie. I was very ungrateful back in the day. I used to hate having chores. I used to be like, oh my God, I wish we just didn't have dishes. Now I gotta do dishes. Or oh my God, now I gotta freaking sweep my room and clean my room. Or oh my God, why can't I just freaking sleep all day? Or why can't I just waste my life all day? Or just play the game all day? You know? But when you move into a shelter, it's like, I kind of miss doing dishes, because at least it was my kitchen. You know, it was our kitchen. We didn't have to share with nobody. We had sturdy dishes. We didn't really have to worry about what we needed to use to mix our coffee. We didn't have to worry about, stashing stuff on us. That's the big thing. We didn't have to worry about stashing food, being sneaky and all that. Like, we have to worry about none of that. And it's like with my room, at the time I was like, oh my God, I don't want to clean my room. I gotta clean my room. Oh my God. But now it's like, because we do room checks here. So you kind of have to clean your room twice a week. You have to clean your room twice a week for room checks. And now it's like, well, I should run with my entire family. I wish I had my own clean, because now I'm cleaning their mess and I'm cleaning my mess. Like, damn. Wish I only had to clean my mess, because actually my side of the room not even that dirty most of the time. Most of the time my side of the room is not dirty, but I have to clean up everyone else's mess. Like, I wish I just had my mess to clean. And then with sweeping and stuff, like, yeah, we have chores here, but it's not really your home, you know what I mean? So you don't really care. And if you don't do your chore, they only got on us one time about doing our chore, and that's when we first got here, I think. And ever since then, we did our chore, but then they took us off the chore list for quite some time, and they just put us back on there. Honestly though, we have not been doing the chore, and they have not been getting on us. Yeah, we should be doing the chore, but it's like, if we're not doing it, they don't care anyway. It's like they only care if one of the supervisors get on them about it, then they care. Otherwise, they don't give a rat's tail what we do up in here. And that's really how it is. It's like they're so sometimey. And that's also annoying, because while once I didn't have to worry about rules being that strict or inconsistent, now it's like there are so many rules and they change basically every single day, and it's so freaking annoying. It's like one point kids can get our own meals, next point they can't, the parent gotta be up there. One point the kids can get the mail, next they can't get the mail. And it's like, oh my god, like, pick a side, damn. And it's like, we can fill our jugs up at dinner time if we want to. Next point, we can't fill our jugs up at dinner time if we want to. We gotta wait until after dinner. Like, it's so annoying. Very annoying. So you just gotta learn to be grateful for what you got right now, honestly. Some of y'all kids out here being reckless, sneaking out y'all houses, not abiding by the house rules. Like, I wish I had some house rules to abide by. Trust and believe. Like, I wish I had a house curfew. Right now, like, I have a curfew, but it's like a shelter curfew. So it's like, when I'm here, I don't want to be here. When I'm out, I don't want to come back. So it's like, when I have to come back, it's super annoying and frustrating. And it's like, damn. In actuality though, I started this channel because my mom gave me the idea. Because one night she was talking to us about life and stuff, and about what we wanted to do and stuff like that. My brother, he has a YouTube channel, he makes beats. I'll plug his channel in the description. Y'all should subscribe, he makes some good beats. But yeah, he has that. My little brother, he likes to play video games a lot, so he's just gonna monetize it. He's just gonna make YouTube videos about it. So that's what he's gonna do. Me, I don't really know what I want to do. And I told my mom that while we was having a conversation. I told her that, and she was like, well, not knowing what you want to do could also be content. Anything is content. I was like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right. And she was like, she gave me this idea to start this YouTube channel for like girls, like teenage girls, like in the shelter, going through it, trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives and stuff, and like documenting my journey on it. And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that. So like, this conversation was days ago, and I was just working up the courage to turn the camera on, because I'm like, once I turn this camera on, would I even know what to say? Like, what would I even talk about? What would my first video idea even be? But that's the good thing about this day and age, technology. I went on ChatGPT and I was like, hey, I'm a 16-year-old living in a shelter with my family, and I decided to start a YouTube channel about my journey and documenting it. What is a good first video idea? And you know what? It spat that joint out for me. Gave me some video titles, and whatnot. Taught me how to structure this specific video. And that is just the highlight. That's just the highlight right there of starting a new YouTube channel nowadays. You don't have to do it all by yourself, you have AI to do it with you or for you. Because you want some authenticity there, you know? So while AI did give me the idea and structure for this video, it's like I'm still gonna be myself throughout this entire video. And I'm not just gonna be like, hello YouTube, hi, I'm so and so, I'm Akasha. I started this video channel because, and I did this because, and it's really hard out here for a 17-year-old in a shelter, And honestly, like some of my dislikes and likes about the shelter are this and such. Like that sounds so forced. It sounds so forced and fake. And I hate people who just be like they're so fake. And it's like you could tell that they're fake, but you don't want to point it out because you know that you're not even gonna talk to them anymore. You're just gonna let them do them. And if it's not your monkey, it's not your circus. Like let them do what they're gonna do. Let them have their impressions on people. Okay. Like, that is not your business. But, yeah. Because I do want to help some of the teenage girls out here. Because some of them, they might not be in a shelter, but they could still need someone to watch or something to make them feel like they're not alone. Because I know sometimes we be over-exaggerating things in our mind, and you just be feeling so sad and depressed because you feel like you're the only one going through this. And, like, you're really not, but your mind is just a certain programmed that certain way at that time to where you're just like, oh my god, why do I have to go through this? Why me? In actuality, your phone just got taken. All you did something bad, your phone got taken, you're suffering the repercussions, just don't do it again. That's all. But at the time, it could feel like your whole life got taken from you because you got so much in that phone. And you got, like, I know some people, they got friends on the internet and stuff. They don't even have friends in real life, but they have friends on the internet that they talk to. And if their phone get taken, it's not just you're taking their phone, you're taking their whole entire life. Like, you're taking their friends, you're taking their joy, you're taking their social life. Like, you're taking everything. And it's like, in a way, yeah, that's bad. That's the downside. But if you could switch your perspective and think positively for a minute, you could be like, wow, I really relied on my phone for all this. And I'm really hurt by this. Like, to get my phone taken really did this to me? Hold on, something not right. So that then allows you to look into yourself, maybe journal a little bit, discover more about yourself. Oh my God, I'm thirsty. I'm having my phone up on my water bottle right now. Hold on. Potty. I don't know. Sometimes I just be playing music in my head, When you out here by yourself, you just be playing music in your head, dancing by yourself. People will look at you thinking you crazy, but you just having the most fun. I love it. But yeah, you could journal, get to know yourself better, unlock some past memories you might have forgot that you need to deal with that could have contributed to present trauma or stuff like that. I know I had to do that at one point. I had to journal and really dig inside myself to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. Because I had some stuff really wrong. And in order to cope with what happened to me, like in my childhood, it required meditation, journaling, and just spending time with my thoughts and stuff like that. It required that. Yes, I hated it. Alright, I did not want to do it, but I had to do it. And since I did it, I am way better off than I was before. Am I still struggling with communication? Yeah, but not as bad as before. Alright? Am I still struggling with being social and getting out and about around people? Not sleeping all day? Yeah. But again, I'm better than I am before. And sometimes you might not get the validation that you're looking for, because that's another thing. Attention seeking. I was one of those attention seeking people. And you might not get the validation that you're hoping for from somebody. But as you learn to progress, you will find out that self-validation is actually very rewarding. Like, I know, like, there was this time my mom was talking to me, right, about something, about communication. She just broke down, right, because she was talking to us about this for so long, and we were struggling with it for so long, and it, like, to her, it seems like we're not doing nothing about it. But, like, she just broke down about it, and I'm telling her, I'm like, Well, I've actually made pretty good progress. I've gone quite some time without no communication issues. Of course, I'm gonna make some mistakes, as I'm trying to get better. But she was just like, well, you don't make the same mistake, multiple times. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but I'm still gonna struggle with this. A struggle that I'm dealing with, you know? If it's a struggle that I'm dealing with and I'm trying to get better at it, I'm still gonna mess up. Granted, it has been some years, but for those years, I have not been working on it, all right? I've been working on it for like a few months, and those few months have been very beneficial in my opinion. It might not seem like that to her because of her side, her point of view, but to me it has been. I thought my camera was about to cut off, but to me it is. And to me, I might be mad because I feel like she's not seeing the progress that I've made, but at the same time, looking for other people's validation isn't going to get me nowhere. So I have to just be like, all right, well, she might not see it, but damn, I did a pretty good job, these past few weeks with my communication. I'm going to celebrate that, you know? And while I may not have much celebration in the shelter, I could still go outside, I used to like being outside all the time, but being in the shelter is like, people come outside and they just start talking and gossiping and doing all that unnecessary stuff. You just want to be left alone. So I don't really be outside that much, but when I do celebrate, I like to come outside a little bit. Chill by myself. Watch a video or a movie or something. That's my little celebration. Or if I might not do that, I might just give myself a little pep talk. Cause I might be upset that my mom feels this way about my communication issue. But at the same time, it's like I'm still dealing with it. I'm gonna get better, okay? But just be patient with me. I know you've been patient for quite some time, quite a while. But I was just not there yet. I was not in the state of mind where I was working on it. And now that I'm working on it, it feels like you're not giving me any time, Y'all know how it is. Y'all girls know how it is with y'all parents. And they be like, go do this, go do that. And it's like, when you actually start doing it, it's like, while you're doing it, they might not recognize it. And then when you mess up, they get on you about it. Like, y'all know how it is, though. But, yeah, so you really just gotta learn to appreciate the progress that you've made by yourself. No, all you have is yourself. At the end of the day, when everyone is asleep, all you have is yourself and your thoughts. And that's just how it's going to be for the rest of your life. You might as well learn to talk to yourself positively, all right? Talking to yourself in a negative manner is not going to get you nowhere, and you just got to deal with that. You got to learn, all right? It took me quite some time. It took so many lectures to get me to finally start being positive. But hey, I'm positive. Now I'm positive. Because trust and believe, I was one negative person to myself and towards other people. Honestly, like looking back on it, I can't believe I acted how I acted when I was 10 or 11. It's just I can't believe it, Making this channel, I hope, the community that needs it will find me. They'll watch my videos and realize, like, they're not the only ones going through this. I could give them some tips, some inspiration, what have you, and make their lives a little better. Yep. Cause there might be some people right now, 17 or 16 or 15, however old, with nobody to count on like I had when I was like 10 or 11. Yeah, that was years ago, but I needed somebody in my life to teach me the right from wrongs of the world, not just the right from wrongs and good and bad, but like generally, like worldwide speaking, like the importance of communication and how you should be able to switch up depending on who you're talking to, or the importance of positive thinking, or the importance of loving yourself, or stuff like that. I didn't have all that, but now I do. And now that I do, and I have some information myself to use myself, I figure why not give it to y'all, because y'all might not have that. And so it's good for girls and boys to feel like they have someone to count on in this time of need, in case they need it. But yeah, it's like a little community party, like a little block party kind of, a little block party. Yeah. It's like everyone's invited, and everyone's invited, and it's just we having fun and being ourselves. Shouldn't have to fake who you are just to please other people. If that's the case, you shouldn't be talking to them. Not be talking to them. Like if I gotta go up to you, right, and be like, all right, see how I was acting throughout this video? That's me. That's just how I am. But if I gotta go up to you and be like, hey, how are you? Oh, you're good? Wow, I'm good too. I was just thinking, like, I should get my nails done, or maybe something like that. I don't know, what nail color should I get? Oh, you don't know. It's okay, it's okay. We don't know things. All right, it's cool. Oh, like, ew. No, I am not like that. I've never had my nails done because I never felt the need to get them done. That's just me. I don't wear makeup because I feel like I don't need it. That's just me. Alright? Yes, I wear my natural hair out majority of the time. Is it partially because I can't get my hair done all the time? Yes, but when I do have my hair done, what do I want to do? I want to take it out because I want to wear my natural hair. While I have the style, it's good and all, and I look cute and all, but I look cute with my natural hair too. That's just what it is. And you have some people out here, like, worrying about impressing others or worrying about getting their boo thing or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people obsessed with being loved and stuff. But I learned that I don't need that. Did I really, was it like trial and error? Yeah. Those are those are 3 separate stories. But anyways, for another time. But yeah, that's just what it is. You don't need someone. If you feel like you need someone for you to feel happiness or feel loved, then in actuality you don't need nobody. You just need yourself. You need to find yourself. That's just what it is. You don't need, because honestly, if you're going to go date someone and you haven't found yourself yet, or you're still dealing with trauma that you haven't dealt with, like, you're just going to go and look for someone who could heal that trauma for you. And that could result in attachment issues and you dependent on someone else to be happy or to feel loved or to be entertained. You wouldn't want to be by yourself. It's like you're gonna want to be with someone at all times. And that sounds very draining within itself. That right there sounds very draining. And honestly, my mom was the one who taught that to me, really. She the one who gave me that information. Now I'm giving it to y'all. See how this works? See how this dynamic works? Like, it's really beneficial for her. But, that's why I wanted to start this channel. And what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about being in a shelter? Because I know the first thing for me, when I heard we had to move into a shelter, I was thinking like imagine a gymnasium, right? Like a huge gymnasium. But just, it's gray. Gray walls, gray concrete walls, a gray floor. Very bleak, very boring. And just cots sitting next to each other, just lined up in rows, just multiple cots. And it's like 2 girl bathrooms, 2 boy bathrooms, and they all have one shower in them. And like a few toilets. And you're just standing in line, waiting to shower. You're just standing in line, waiting to shower, waiting to use the bathroom. It's a long behind line. Hell, some people might be peeing on themselves. I don't know. Alright, I don't know. But that's just what I imagined, okay? I was not for it. I was not for it. When my mom said we might have to move into a shelter, I was devastated. Like, I was so scared. And my mom, she's over here preparing us, because back in the day, her shelter was sort of like that, kind of. It wasn't like the shelters that they have today, but they were bad. And she thought that, we was going to get raped or whatever. We needed to learn how to defend ourselves. And props to her, all right? Props to her for making sure we're prepared. But when we got here, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. Our first shelter, all we had to do, we had to go to a specific location in order to get placed in a shelter. And then when we got to that shelter, it's like they had to check our bags, check everything, make sure we were good. We wasn't smuggling nothing. And we just got assigned our room. We went to our room, and in that shelter, we had one bathroom, and it was like this hallway. You went in, made a left, went straight down the hallway, that was our room. Right next to our room was the bathroom. When you stepped out of our room and went straight, there was another tenant's room. It was one floor, and there was 2 people in there. It was just 2 rooms, 1 bathroom on that floor. And both of the rooms shared the bathroom and the shower. So, yeah. Would I say was cleaner than the showers here? Yeah. But that's what the shelter was like there. And our room was small, but it was kind of... Oh my God, who is calling me? I don't know. Nobody from New Jersey. Decline. Like, what? But, yeah. We shared that. It wasn't, like, our room was small. Cozy, basically. It was comfortable. It was very cold because they had this stupid rule where we couldn't get blankets until it was a certain degrees outside, even though we were freezing our behinds off. And we couldn't get pillows for whatever reason until it was like a certain degrees outside. My bad, I had to check down. But yeah, it was just very stupid. And the meals there, they were mediocre. Mediocre meals. The meals here are also mediocre, but sometimes we have this one cook. Love her food. She makes this awesome behind banana bread. And yo, she be feeding us good. Whenever she's cooking, everyone going down there to eat. So that's good. It's nice to know you have some people in here that actually care about the people who live. Like, it's nice to know you have some people who work here that actually care about the tenants here, The water stinks. Like, it smells like feces or urine sometimes. And it's just very unsettling for my mind to know that I'm brushing my teeth with water that smells like urine. Imagine having to wake up and brushing your teeth and you like running it, waiting for the water to get hot, and you just start smelling urine from the water. You're just smelling urine. That's how you know the water is hella contaminated. Like, it's bad. So, I'm not even gonna lie. Some mornings, I just don't brush my teeth. Because I don't feel like dealing with that, okay? And I know some people be like, some parents, might be watching this or whatever. Might be like, you're not dealing with nothing. You don't know how hard life is. But, listen, I'm just a teenager. Okay, I have my own personal struggles. Let me be. Let me deal with them. Okay? Jesus. Yeah, I understand they're not big to you, but they're big to me. Okay? In the shelter, you learn that you literally, people literally can't judge you here. Like, they can judge you, but it's like, you want to judge me? You're in the same situation I'm in. Okay, hell, you might even be in a worse situation I'm in, I don't know. But listen, we all in the situation. And we gotta have each other's back up in here for real. Like, imagine being a snake to someone you're also living in a shelter with. Like, how do you sound? Like, oh my God, like, girl, let me tell you, because Brittany, she got this new job, and she, literally last week, and she just got fired. Like, she just got fired today. It's like, girl, you can't keep a job? You really can't keep a job? Like, what is wrong with you? Oh, you must not be good at working or something. Cause you dead poor, you dead poor. Like, on me. Like, you can't do nothing. Meanwhile, old country Susie over here, she has no job, never even been hired, talking about, in a shelter with her, talking about how freaking Elizabeth just got fired from her job she got hired at like last week. That's just what one paycheck? That's one paycheck. That one paycheck can do a lot for real. Like, especially if you know how to use the stock market and all that. Oh yeah, you flip that. You flip that. If you know how to control like futures and forex and stocks and that, all that business, you flip that right over into 1,000, into a stack. You know. But listen, that's just me. Me personally, you can't be talking about nobody if you living in a shelter. You can't be talking about nobody if you live in a shelter. Unless, like, if you yourself made a solid plan, right? And you're going through with it, you're almost at the checkpoint. You're almost there, you're almost out of here. And you realize how hard it was, but you also realize how capable you were of doing it. You can look at somebody who's not putting any effort into getting out of here and say, what the hell are you doing? Get your life together. You know? That's the only way I can see that making sense. Otherwise, you can't be talking about nobody. You know? Like, you just can't. Honestly, I just want to focus. Honestly, I just want to focus on this Forex thing that I have going right now and getting better with that. While I am getting some wins under my belt, I'm also getting losses, and those losses are outweighing my wins gain-wise. You know, like, say for instance, I make like 1K in like fake money, right? And I take another trade, and that trade puts me down by 3K. Now I'm down 2K. You know, it's outweighing my wins, and I really got to get that under control. But I'm dwindling. Like, I've been having some steady wins, honestly. Been having some steady wins, chopping down my losses little by little. But hey, I'm getting there. All right, and I cannot wait until I'm no longer in that negative, and I could look at my bank account and go, well, not my bank account, but my fake trading account, and go, man, I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot. But that's really all I want to do. I just want to become financially free that way and not work for nobody. Like, I really don't want to have to work for nobody. It's like, if I have an option to be self-sufficient and like provide for myself and like make my own money my way, why not do that? You know? And this is the perspective that I gained from my mom. Again, thank you, Mom. I love you. I love you so much. I love you, Mama. But yeah, that's the perspective I gained from my mom. All her lectures and stuff. It's finally getting through my head. So that's what I want to do. I don't really want to travel like she does. She wants to like travel the world and stuff. I don't really want to do that. I don't have the desire to go and see the world, but I have the desire to enjoy life. You know, like, as long as I'm enjoying my life, I feel good. I'll feel amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to be like traveling every 2 months or something. You know? Like, I could move to like Thailand or something, get like a real nice crib, and just appreciate their amenities. You know, just bask in the glory of my surroundings for real. And that's what I call enjoying myself. Hell, they have a rooftop pool, I'm in that joint. They have freaking free crackers, I'm eating them joints. They have some freaking vending machine, I'm using it. I don't care. The view is amazing, I'm admiring it. Alright? It doesn't really... Now that I'm no longer negative or like ungrateful, it doesn't take much for me to appreciate, you know? Like, it doesn't take much for me to appreciate. Like, just the other day, my mom got us some frescas. This is pizza joint. Yo, it's so good. I was very appreciative because I'm like, well, at least I don't have to eat that boring, awful shelter food. And the thing is, like, it's even better. Like, the pizza tasted even better because you know that your mom worked hard to get it. You know, she worked hard to get it, and it just makes you appreciate it a little bit more. I want my own little space. That's another thing. I don't want a big house. I want like a regular or small house. That's it. Nothing too fancy. I just want to be able to decorate it like I want to. Cause truth be told, the space can be small as hell, but if you decorate that room, it could be your home. It could be your own little home. You know? I like that. I like that about being able to have free will. I like that. That was my little introductory video to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the people, you know, in my situation or worse, just know there are people out there who have it way worse than you have it. Like, I could be out on the street right now, but I'm not, and I'm grateful for that. So just learn to appreciate what you have before it's gone. You know, learn to appreciate it. There's not much you have as a teenage girl in this world rather than positivity, appreciation, and family. It's not much. Because the worst thing could be happening to you right now, right? And you just gotta switch your perspective for real. Just switch your perspective. Because while it may seem like a lot in our minds, it's really not that big of a deal. Especially those of you with, like, y'all own homes. Yeah, sometimes, you know, your house may look a mess, but be grateful that you can clean it whenever you want to, and you don't have some freaking people thinking they're above you just barging in your room, just searching whenever they feel like it. Because honestly, room searches here, they're not even, like, consistent for real. They're supposed to be, or at least I think they're supposed to be, like, Mondays and Wednesdays, I think. But sometimes they do them on Tuesdays, or sometimes they do them on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So you just gotta start cleaning your room every day here, because they might just check it. And if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. Hey, it is what it is. But, you know, just be appreciative. Be appreciative. You know, and know that you're not the only one going through it. There are help groups out there on Facebook, Discord, Instagram, Reddit. You know, there are help groups everywhere. Just go find one. Hell, I might be help sanctuary, I don't know. But just go find a place where you could vent in the comfort and company of people who are going through the same thing as you, so that you could just let it out and get feedback to help you go through it. Because the world, sometimes it could feel like your life is falling apart when you feel like you're going through something on your own. But when you have someone there to let you know that they're with you on this and that they're gonna stick by you during this journey, it could feel very freeing and comforting. And I hope that's what my channel is for y'all. Alright, that was my little video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all have a great day. You know, bye. This is what dinner is. Dinner is a roll. I don't even know what that is. Salad and spaghetti.